Hey friends, Jack Ingram here. Welcome to another edition of the Texas Music Scene. We're in Houston, Texas at Last Concert Cafe. The place has been feeding the soul of this city since the 1940s. They say the doors have never really been locked and the music never stops finding its way out of this place. Tonight we're featuring our Acoustic Songwriters Session from Starhill Ranch. A special night of powered acoustic performances presented by First Tee of Greater Austin. First up, Brennen Leigh reminds us why classic country storytelling never goes out of style. And don't you ever give up on love. Then Django Walker keeps the acoustic vibes rolling with his tune Somethin Bout A Boat. Later, William Beckmann closes the night out with his haunting acoustic take of In the Dark. For our digital audience, we'll have exclusive performances from William Beckmann doing Mujeres, and Django Walker getting as loud as you can on an acoustic stage as a tribute to his favorite college football team. It's an intimate evening of songwriters and stories, right here on the Texas Music Scene. Welcome back, friends. Brennen Leigh kicked off our Starhill Ranch session with a song that feels as classic as it is hopeful. A reminder that real country music still has heart. Here's Brennen Leigh with Don't You Ever Give Up on Love.
So, Don't You Ever Give Up on Love is a song that my friend Elijah Ocean, who's a songwriter in Nashville and an artist, had started. And he told me, because we're real good friends, we have a lot of stories together. He had been thinking about me when he wrote it, and not me singing it, but just me as a person. And so that kind of touched me, but it took me a while to listen to it. And when I finally listened to the verse, it was just that first verse. I went, oh my gosh, Elijah, I hope you hadn't finished that yet. Let me put my 2 cents in. He said, yeah, that's why I sent it to you. And so it's basically a verse and a second verse. That's the whole song. He wrote the first, I wrote the second. It just came together and ended up being the title of the album. I just released a brand new album called Don't You Ever Give Up on Love, which was recorded down in Dayton, Texas at Wolf Island Recording Company, produced by Kevin Skurla. Kevin produced some albums for Summer Dean and people like The Broken Spokes, some Texas acts, and most notably one of my favorite records by this artist, Bonnie Montgomery, called River. And I heard the work he did with her songs and thought, well, this is a good idea. We also share this mutual obsession with Ernest Tubb and the Texas Troubadours, and we thought it would be cool to do sort of a concept album that was new songs that I wrote, but with a big nod to E.T. We used all Texas players, and the songs and the record have an Ernest Tubb vibe about them. I could have never found another producer that let me be so country, for starters. The whole thing just came alive so beautifully, and we kind of made it have an arc and a story in a way that we hadn't necessarily planned from the beginning. That came together in a story. And it sounds like Texas, but it sounds new to me. I get the throwback comment a lot, or the retro comment. Neither word am I particularly fond of, but it's because that's what I grew up listening to. And so the songs I write, no matter how modern I might think they are, they kind of come out sounding a little bit reminiscent of some classic stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4. Don't you ever give up on love. You never know when it might show up. Like when you miss your last train or get caught in the rain, or when you're spending your last $5. We've all seen times that are tough. No matter how down you are on your luck, believe me, to me. When my old sweetheart set me free, I thought it was the end, I'd never smile again. It just wasn't meant to be. But when the hand of fate closes a door, another one opens for sure. Now I'm thankful each day I did not get my way. Don't you ever give up on love. Don't you ever give up on love. You never know when it might show up. Like when you miss your last train or get caught in the rain, or when you're spending your last $5. We've all seen times that are tough. No matter how down you are on your luck, believe me, it's true love's coming for you. Don't you ever give up on love.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to the Texas music scene. Of course, I'm Jack Ingram. Django Walker brought his easygoing coastal vibe to Starhill Ranch for this one, a song that feels like a Texas sunset on the water. In fact, Jimmy Buffett cut this one too, La Ti Da. He's my buddy and the life of the party, Mr. Django Walker, with Somethin Bout A Boat.
Somethin Bout A Boat was me, Patrick Davis, Eric Pasley, James Otto, Dave Berg, Jed Hughes, and myself. And we went to Belize. We've always wanted to do these writers' trips. We find out they're very productive, that if you take 6 really good songwriters and you put them in a room together for 7 days in a beautiful place, magic seems to happen more often than it doesn't. We went to a bar one night and our buddy was drinking Goombay Smashes because he had just come back from the Bahamas or whatever, and that's what they drank. So we're drinking those, and we're all sitting on these little deck chair things, benches, looking out the ocean, and there were 2 boats in the ocean, and one was a really beautiful catamaran, the other was this rickety old sailboat, and we were like, man, I mean, we just can't take our eyes off the rickety old one. I remember we went back to the house that night, and we were like, what are we gonna write? And we were like, we should write about that old boat. So then there came Somethin Bout A Boat. James had just bought a old guitar, and he was playing it, and we were like, well, it's the second verse. We're like, well, let's write about an old guitar. And then I remember there's this little island dog, and it had come in, and we had taken it in as like shelter for the week, I guess, became like our mascot. And we looked down and we're playing it, and there's that dog asleep on the ground, and we were like, I think we gotta write about the dog now, you know? We all laughed and said, it'd be really funny if Jimmy Buffett cut this. We all gave a big laugh out, and then I sent it to Buffett's people. I remember getting an email back, and it was from one of his people in his camp, and he said, hey man, thank you so much for sending it. I will pass it along to Jimmy, but just to let you know, Jimmy doesn't cut outside songs very often or ever, but thank you. And you know, I'll get it to him. And then fast forward, like I don't hear anything. I run into Mac McAnally's daughter in Nashville, and she's like, hey, congratulations on your Jimmy Buffett cut. And I was like, what? The last email I got was that. And then I emailed the guy back, and he's like, oh man, did I forget to tell you that? I was like, yes, that information would have been amazing. And he was like, yeah. He was like, Jimmy did it. We'll get you a version over. We'll let you hear it. And I just remember being like, this is wild. This is amazing. And, you know, and then seeing him singing on Good Morning America and Ellen DeGeneres show was just, you know, everything kept spiraling over and just being like another amazing thing after another amazing thing.
Well, I thought I'd start this thing off with a song that I wrote that got recorded by Jimmy Buffett. It was on a song CD called Songs from Saints Somewhere. I guess CDs are out of date, so it was on a digital recording. But this talks about boats, guitars, and dogs, which are 3 of my favorite things. I hope that they're a couple of yours. Hey, I see Turk back there. What's up, man? song's called Somethin Bout A Boat. Yeah, there's something about a boat sitting on the sea, out there in the wind, floating on the free. Take it around the world, bring it back home, gives a man hope. Something about a boat, something about an old guitar, way it still rings after all the smoky bars, broken strings. Yeah, played a million songs, stole a lot of hearts, hid a lot of scars. Something about an old guitar. Ain't it crazy how something seems like nothing at all? Take a big old world and make it seem so small. You'll see windows where there were walls. Makes a whole lot of something out of nothing at all. My favorite verse. Now there's something about a dog sitting by your side. If you had a bad day, well, he doesn't run and hide. Wagging that tail, grinning that grin. Oh, there's something about a dog makes a man's best friend. Ain't it crazy how something seems like nothing at all? Take this big old world and make it seem so small. You'll see windows where there are walls. Makes a whole lot of something out of nothing at all. So for those of y'all who've never seen me before, I do like to ramble and talk a lot. I only got 25 minutes, so that means I'll probably only get to play one song. But I do love this story because I met Jimmy Buffett, and he said, "Hey, Django, I love this song so much because it reminds me of Jimmy Buffett in the 70s. He said, "I only got one question for you, Django. How did it take 6 of y'all to write a 2.5-minute song?" And I said, "Well, Jimmy, it actually took 5 of us to write it. The 6th guy was on the island with us, but he was getting laid that night. And we just decided we were gonna put his name on it, and we thought it'd be a joke and nobody'd ever cut it, and sure enough, you did." He said, "Django, I used to like this song a lot, but now I love this song." So here's the old Jed who was getting laid while we wrote this, and he still gets 18% of this song. Ain't it crazy how something seems like nothing at all? And take a big old world and make it seem so small. You'll see windows where there were walls. Makes a whole lot of something out of nothing at all. So there's something about a dog, something about an old guitar. Oh, there's something about a boat that gives a man hope. Amen. Rest in peace, Jimmy.
Stay with us, because when we come back, we'll hear from William Beckmann with an acoustic performance that'll stop you in your tracks. You're watching the Texas Music Scene. Welcome back to the Texas Music Scene. I'm Jack Ingram. William Beckmann has one of the most distinctive voices in Texas music, equal parts border spirit and country soul. Here he is from our Starhill Ranch session with a stripped-down version of In the Dark.
In the Dark's a song that, gosh, I probably wrote that song at some point in maybe 2019. And like I mentioned, I have played that song on the program, and it's still remained one of my favorite songs I've ever written. It's got a really, really interesting guitar intro, guitar part, and I remember just having come up with that
little guitar riff and pulling out my phone and trying to record that, and then I just started singing different things that didn't even necessarily make any sense. Kind of sang this whole song and had this little chorus and everything, and I didn't think anything really of it. And then the next day I remember listening back to the tape, and I think I maybe changed a few different lines here and there, but for the most part it was like 95% written. That song just kind of fell on my lap, and those are sometimes the coolest ones that just sort of happen. Obviously it's more intimate when it's stripped down like that, and you get to kind of hear it how it was written, which I think is really important for songwriters to be able to show songs in their bare element and be like, this is what it sounded like when I was in my bedroom coming up with it. But again, I've always loved the storyline of that song. I've always loved the melody and of course the guitar part. It's just one of my favorite songs to play. So when I knew that I was going to do this, I try to include that song anytime I get a guitar in my hands.
Where'd you go, baby? How'd you disappear? Did you go looking for freedom in some town far away from here? 'Cause I can see you in the distance of a faded memory. I should've known you had your fingers crossed every time you said that you loved me. Now I can't find a single answer, 'cause you left me in the dark. How am I supposed to carry onward? What am I supposed to tell my heart? Well, there's whiskey in the bottle, but it won't be there for long if I keep asking all these questions, wondering if I did something wrong. Now I'm locked up in our bedroom like a prisoner in a cell. Spend too much time thinking about you and too many nights going through hell. Now I can't find a single answer, 'cause you left me in the dark. How am I supposed to carry onward? What am I supposed to tell my heart? 'Cause I still love you. Oh, what a foolish thing to say. 'Cause I'm sure I have not crossed your mind in at least 100 days. Oh, but I just want you to light my world up once again. I can't accept the fact that you and I have reached the end. I wish I would have known you were gonna leave me feeling blue. Makes me wonder why I ever wasted all my time loving you. Now I can't find a single answer, 'cause you left me in the dark. How am I supposed to carry onward? What am I supposed to tell my heart now? Where'd you go, baby? How'd you disappear? Did you go looking for freedom now in some town far away from here? Thank you.
Welcome back to the digital version of the Texas music scene. I'm Jack Ingram. Now he brings a little bit of his heritage and heart into the mix with this Spanish language song that's a crowd favorite at his shows. Here's William Beckmann with Mujeres.
So the cover song that I recorded on this record is a song by an artist, Pepe Aguilar, who's a mariachi singer. The name of the song is Por Mujeres Como Tú, which is one of my all-time favorite mariachi songs. And when we were in the studio, I think John Randall was telling some of the other musicians that I grew up in Del Rio and I could sing in Spanish, and some of them didn't believe him. So he was like, hey, Beckmann, go get a guitar and sing something in Spanish. And I started playing a piece of that song. We probably had like another hour left on that session, and I don't think we had any intention of recording it originally, but all the musicians were still there and like, dude, this is awesome. Why don't we go in there and chart it and cut it? And I was like, I could sing it if you guys want to do that. And they sat there, charted it out, and we did it in maybe 2 takes. And so it was really, really cool. It was kind of a happy accident, and we thought it was cool enough to include it on the album, so that's how it ended up on it. But that's the cool part about working with such amazing studio players in Nashville, is that they can really pick something up and do it without skipping a beat. Especially something like that that's so unique. Todd Lombardo, who's a fantastic acoustic guitar player, had a nylon string guitar, and he's playing all this really cool Spanish-style guitar on there, and it sounds like somebody, you know, in Mexico doing it. So it was really, really cool to see all those players adapt to something that's so completely different than what they're used to tracking.
For those of you that do not know me, my name is William Beckmann. I grew up on the Rio Grande in the town of Del Rio, Texas, right on the border. So when I was a kid and I was learning how to play guitar, I learned how to sing mariachi music. And some of my earliest memories of ever listening to mariachi music was my granddad picking me up in his pickup truck, and he had this CD of all kinds of different mariachi songs. But this song I'm about to play for you is a song that I remember listening to when I was a kid and falling in love with it. And when I was making this new album, I wanted to have one song that was in Spanish, and so I decided to cover this song and record it. It's a real pretty song. It's called Por Mujeres Como Tú. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't understand Spanish, if you drink a couple shots of tequila, you might figure it out. Me estoy acobardando y lo ha notado, y eso no es muy bueno para mí. Si quiero retenerla entre mis brazos, será mejor que no me vea sufrir. Estoy estacionado en los fracasos, y hoy voy a remediar la situación. ¿Será que siempre he dado demasiado y en el exceso siempre salgo dañado? Por mujeres como tú, amor, hay hombres como yo que se pueden morir por dignidad, mordiendo el corazón. Por mujeres como tú, amor, hay hombres como yo, lo sé, que se pueden perder en el alcohol por una decepción. Estoy estacionado en los fracasos, y hoy voy a remediar la situación. ¿Será que siempre he dado demasiado y en el exceso siempre salgo dañado? por mujeres como tú, amor. Hay hombres como yo que se pueden morir por dignidad, mordiendo el corazón, por mujeres como tú, amor. Hay hombres como yo, lo sé, que se pueden perder en el alcohol por una decepción.
Welcome back to our digital exclusive content from the Texas music scene. To wrap things up, we've got Django Walker with a song that shows his Austin, Texas roots with this ode to his alma mater. There's the headline: he finished college. You might hear this one at a University of Texas home football game at Darrell K. Royal Stadium. Here's Django Walker with Texas Longhorn.
Texas Longhorns. I remember we were driving from Nashville to South Carolina, and we were joking about it, that I was like, man, my team's actually really good and y'all's is not. And I remember him saying, well, why don't you write something? And the first two lines that came out of my mouth when he said that were, I've seen Vince Young run for the Roses, watch Ricky and Earl strike them Heisman poses. And he was like, kind of looked over, he's like, pretty good. And then it just materialized into this thing of, you know, it was pretty easy to tell the story about a team you watched since you were 8 years old, maybe, you know, since I had the first memories of that, or probably 8 years old. And then to see it go from that to me giving it to Eric Rains, the guy who programmed the music for the stadium, was driving to work and listening to it, ask Eric for the song. Then it played, and I remember when it played at the stadium, and like I would be giddy. It'd be like in the middle of halftime, and it would be like, and I'd be looking around like, this is my song, and everybody just be like not paying attention or whatever. And to see it go from that, then into the cheerleaders are posting about it before they go to Texas OU. Every little rendition of it has been an amazing thing. And then when they were like, hey, we're gonna be singing on the field, that was the moment where I went, man, the coolest thing that could happen would be if I sang it on the field. That was in my wildest dreams when I wrote it. Then it happened. Now it plays between the third and fourth quarter with a video that they get to sanction all the footage for. So then you know it's like the best, because they can use anything they want to because they own it all. So it's been pretty amazing watching it not depend on like gender, race, any of those factors that go into this stupid world we live in sometimes, to watch everybody come together and they hug and they smile and they sing the words. And I said, when we say OU sucks and there's 100,000 people yell it together, it's just like, man, this is kind of why you did it, you know, like in a way. Like I never thought it would in a billion years get to that point. I never expected it to. It's just one of those things that I guess the beauty in like putting something out and letting it grow organically and seeing where it ends up. It's like a little seed. You let it put in the ground, let it grow, and it grew into what it's grown into. And I take it with a badge of honor, and I love playing it. I love watching UT fans ask for it. I love every party I play. There's always a mother that comes up and is like, our kid sings it every game day. It's the first song he asked for. And, you know, my question is, do they let you sing OU Sucks? And he goes, of course they do. And he gets a big smile on his face. So it's always nice, the generational gap it's filling and everything. It's a beautiful thing.
They said I got to do 5 songs, so I didn't know what I was gonna play, but we should probably do this one, shouldn't we? Because this song is about the greatest football team in the state of Texas. The University of Texas Longhorns. I know there's gonna be Aggies and Texas Tech people, it's fine. Hey, there's always gotta be a number 2, you know what I mean? Well, We'll do this just because I love this song. We're in Austin, Texas, or near Austin, close enough. Yeah, when I was just a kid, my dad told me when it comes to football in Texas, there's only one team. They play down in Austin, Saturdays in the fall at Darrell K. Rule, 100,000 strong. And as I grew, so did my pride for the thunder of Old Smoky and singing Texas Fight for Bevo and the boys down there on the field. Come on, hook 'em horns, I know you will. And I've seen Vince Young run for the roses, watch Ricky and Earl strike them Heisman poses. I've witnessed the battle for that old Red River, and I've crossed back over most times as a winner. I'm one of the chosen whose blood runs burnt orange. Thank God I was born a Texas Longhorn. Oh, I see a table in the back that's loving it. Now, if you ask me, the greatest thing in the world is a pregame tailgate with a bunch of UT girls. Down on San Jacinto, Longhorn Nation all around. We come early, stay late, and get loud. And I've seen Colt McCoy throw those bullets to Shipley, and I've heard all the stories of the great 1960s. Nobis to McMichael, Rackpo to Applewhite. Those names you remember for the rest of your life. I'm one of the chosen whose blood runs burnt orange. Thank God I was born a Texas Longhorn. All right, this is gonna be the first time on television that I have sang the updated version because we gotta talk crap about the SEC. Well, I hate those Georgia Bulldogs in that fake UT. Let the Aggies keep their 12th man, it don't matter to me. Goodbye, Red Raiders, I guess we beat you too much. Never forget, oh, you sucks. When the Lord comes someday to take me away, well, I hope it lets me have just one more Saturday. Pretty Texas girl beside me, cold one in my hand, cheering for the boys way up there in the stands. That's how I'd like to go. Lord, if that's all right, a winter down in Austin on a Saturday night. 'Cause I've seen Vince Young run for the roses, watch Ricky and Earl strike them Heisman poses. I've witnessed the battle for that old Red River, and I've crossed back over most times as winter. I'm one of the chosen whose blood runs burnt orange. Thank God I was born a Texas Longhorn. We're all part of the chosen whose blood runs burnt orange. Thank God we were born Texas Longhorns. Wait for it. Amen. That's how we're going to separate the winners from the losers, everybody.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for us in Last Concert Cafe here in Houston, a place where the stories and songs never stop. Big thanks to Brennen Leigh, Django Walker, and William Beckmann for sharing their music with us from Starhill Ranch, and the First Tee of Greater Austin for presenting this acoustic session. Now get out and support these hardworking musicians by seeing some live music. That's how this whole thing works. Because Texas is the one place that truly celebrates the independent spirit of making music. Let's keep it that way. We'll see you next time.